you should be so close to understanding your customer, and that like if you don't have a lot of analytics, the surest way to you getting there is surveying them.
Absolutely. Get on the phone, talk to the customer, understand. Like, also, is the offer not good enough? What does like churn by order look like for a monthly versus a quarterly? Like, are we seeing that shift? Like, when are we seeing those big drop off points, and how can we encourage more people to get to that next order?
Hey friends, welcome to Above the Fold podcast. I'm your host, Jess. We're going to be talking about everything in your customer's journey. You're going to learn things about customer experience, brand experience, and marketing secrets that help you drive your brand success. So stay tuned, buckle up, and let's get into the episode.
Welcome back to another episode of Above the Fold podcast with me, Jess. This week, I am joined by Hattie Gilpin, who is the Director of Operations at Wellbel, and a baddie bitch who is the co-founder of Ham. Hattie, tell the audience who you are.
All right, so happy to be here. Thank you. This is a long time coming. So yeah, I'm on the brand side. I'm also on the founding side. So brand side, I run the ops at Wellbel, and it's a hair, skin, and nail supplement. And we just launched shampoo and conditioner. And then on the founding side, I co-founded Ham, which is analytics unapologetically for subscriptions.
Love. And I can't wait to get into Ham a little bit. But
you ready to go ham?
Yeah, we're ready to go Ham. Actually, we're going to come back around because I want to know how that name came up too. But let's start on the brand side first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about Wellbel a little. So the supplement subscription model offers consistent cash flow, but it's constantly under threat of high churn.
Always. Yeah.
Like most subscription brands at this point. So when you're analyzing the health of Wellbel after its significant growth, what was the first high-level retention metric you dissected? And how did you diagnose the fundamental causes of churn in the high? Hold on. Let me ask that again. When analyzing the health of Wellbel after its significant growth, what was the first high-level metric? What was the first high-level retention metric you dissected?
So time to churn. I think that's a really, really interesting metric because you can look at these cohorts of people. You can understand, all right, like, are people churning around 2 months? Why are they churning around 2 months? Is it an educational issue? Is it a product issue? What's really happening? So then you can sit there and you can go, and whether it's like we're about to start doing a lot of A/B testing with our billing reminders, right? So like, how can we rephrase those billing reminders so it's not like, hey, Jess, we're actually going to charge your card soon. That's cool, right? Or it's like, hey, actually, you have a free gift on the way, or like a free gift is on the way soon. Or maybe it's like, hey, like consistency is on the way, whatever it may be. Just like maybe it's long form messaging, short form messaging, but really that time to cancel, I think it tells a huge story of like that time period when you're acquiring those customers, where they're coming from and how sticky they are. And you can get like defining touch points on them and then dissect from there.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. I think it is time to churn, right? Like, because this is my philosophy, and I don't know if like you would agree with this, but I feel like most routine-based subscriptions churn out at about 90 days. But then I would say 90 to 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Most I see on 90 days though.
Yeah.
And I think what's so interesting is like a lot of brands, and this is exactly what we're talking about, but a lot of brands, like, they just do subscriptions, but they never like actually like think about the retention of it.
And also I think billing cycles.
Yeah.
Like, I think like for like when I think about retention, it's like you have your monthly subscription, and like psychologically, you're going to sit there and somebody's going to be like, you're emailing me more. I'm opening your package more. You seeing it on my credit card more. You have such higher touch points versus like if you do a quarterly, you're saving on shipping. You're sending 3 jars in 1 box, so you pay shipping once versus the 3 times. But B, also they already have that product. And for Wellbel specifically, it takes at least 3 months to start seeing results. So it doesn't behoove anyone to go month to month because they don't actually have that chance to start seeing results unless they continue with their subscription. But unlike the quarterly, they are in the best opportunity and have the best chance of seeing results because they already have the 3 jars right there. All they have to do is take it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Well, that kind of goes into my next question. So, like, how did you diagnose the fundamental causes of churn in a highly competitive, like, hair and wellness
Yeah, it's gotten
sector?
so competitive.
And
I mean,
it's-
you get on Amazon now and there's a new brand popping up every day. It's crazy. I think this may sound like really not like this isn't like groundbreaking by any means, but really spending time, like I think looking at your cancellation reasons.
Mhm.
Why are people canceling? Additionally, I don't know if you know like the backstory of Wellbel, but one of our founders, Stacy, we didn't like pay for digital for like the first 2.5 years. And we like built Wellbel off of like affiliate and influencer marketing.
Mhm.
But she Zooms with every person who tags us on Instagram, every person she gets on a Zoom with. So we've been able to like create, and she's been able to create like this incredible community where we can really lean on and ask for, hey, like, how's your experience going? What are we not doing well? What new products do you want to see? And really understanding like how we can improve as a business and how we can make that customer experience much more effective
Yeah.
by actually going and talking to the customers themselves.
Well, I mean, I totally agree with that approach, right? Like it's actually interesting that you bring that up. So I am helping a brand launch right now. Well, they've already launched,
Okay.
but like we're in like a testing period.
Okay.
Which as you do in your launch, you're like understanding your customer, right? And what's interesting is like it's supposed to be a subscription-based brand, but like we've been having a hard time getting like people to subscribe because I
Okay.
think like the journey is very confusing.
Yeah.
Fine, like that's not the problem. Like we're pivoting, we're testing, we're
Mhm.
doing other stuff. And earlier today I actually suggested, I was like, "Oh, there's these two customers that have come back like 3 or 4 times, but they've never subscribed." And I suggested to the founder, I was like, "We should just call them. We should just get on the phone with them and understand what it is."
Yeah.
And he's like, "People do that?" And I'm like, if you are a founder of a brand, a subscription brand, a
Get on the
product brand, whatever
phone.
it is, right? I mean, subscription or product, whatever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I
yeah.
mean? You should be so close to understanding your customer,
Yeah.
and that, like, if you don't have a lot of analytics, the only the surest way to you getting there is surveying them.
Absolutely. Get on the phone, talk to the customer, understand. Like, also, is the offer not good enough?
Mm-hmm.
You know, is it not free shipping? Is the discount not displayed well enough? Is the buy box not obvious enough? Like, what are the reasons why?
Yeah. I mean, in
Yeah.
this moment, I really want to write them on behalf of the founder.
You should.
Just be like, "Hey, do you want to like Zoom with me tomorrow?"
Yeah, exactly. Do you want to come on my podcast and tell me everything that I'm doing
Actually,
wrong?
that would be like a really funny episode. Okay, so like going back to churn though. So we often discuss churn driven by marketing or product efficacy, but your specific role
Mhm.
focuses on operational churn, which is why like it is really interesting that you're talking about like the billing pieces
Mhm.
of it and testing that. Um, what are some other top 3 operational failure points outside of the product yourself that you track and you're prioritizing in subs?
Yeah, so I think I work very closely with our warehouse. I think SLAs and
Mhm.
delivery times so important. Like we are in a time of Amazon where if something doesn't arrive in 2 days, it's an issue. And you know, that's always not like doable. So that's one. SLAs, shipping times, payment failures, of course. Like that's like the lowest hanging fruit to get like additional revenue into the business. So payment failures. And then also I spend like a lot of time just like dissecting those cancellation reasons and like, are there things that we're hearing in those cancellation reasons that we can then take back and apply to the business?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how do you get the rest of the business? I mean, granted, I know you're a director of ops, right, on the
Yeah.
brand side, but how do you get the rest of the business to listen to you?
Oh man.
I know.
Yeah. Good question.
I know.
If you have an answer, let me
I mean, I
know.
don't know. I like,
Yeah.
I mean, well,
Like we work very closely together, the team. Like we're a small team. There's
Mhm.
8 of us, right? Like we are a very, very small team and we work very closely together. We work very collaboratively. So I think like we talk all the time and everyone is in like everyone's business in like a good way, not in a bad way, in like a collaborative good way. Um and it's really just everyone putting their heads together. And I think the biggest thing is since we are a small team, it's like execution is so important and making sure like you're executing the right thing at the right time and there's that plan in place of like, all right, we're going to do this and then we're going to do this. We're not going to do 16 things at once and then fall short because we just didn't do a good job executing.
Dude.
Which is easier said than done. So much. And we're getting better at that every day. Right. So like easier said than done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, going back into the operational journey, right? So hair supplement does require that long-term commitment.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, like as you even said, it takes 90 days, right?
Just to start.
Yeah. I know, which is so hard to commit. Literally my own problem right now.
Yeah. You need to be taking your Wellbel.
Girl, I'm well aware, but I do shampoo and condition, so we're good.
Okay.
At least. But how do you use the operational journey? So like the predictable delivery, the easy self-management tools to buy time for that product efficacy to kick in while also preventing the customers from canceling during that initial high risk.
I think a lot of that plays into retention. That's why we work like Sonia, she leads our retention and we work so closely together. Is it like the customer journey, making sure if somebody's buying that women's supplement that they're on like that women's journey versus like if you buy a men's, like you probably don't care about, the same thing a woman does, right? Like making sure they're getting served the right emails, the right SMS, making sure in the boxes, like when the box arrives, it looks nice. We have some new boxes coming in that are quite beautiful that I'm so excited about, but also making sure you have like that educational insert inside, like how do you actually use the product that you just got given? And then just really making sure that like each touch point with them is very intentional.
Yeah.
And like has a purpose. It's not just like putting your name in their inbox.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want them to take away from your name being in their inbox?
Yeah. It's so interesting because, this brand that I actually consult for, they're like, we're talking about Black Friday, Cyber Monday right now, because that's when we're filming this is right before that. And I got on a marketing call with them today and they were like, okay, we're going to send. And they're like they're doing like deliverability testing and doing 30-day engaged. And then I challenged them earlier today and I was like, why are you just doing 30-day engaged? And they were like, well, we've got a lot of data that these are the only people that have like, or that they've engaged. And I was like, well, that makes sense because they're 30-day engaged. But like, what have you done to get like the 60, 90-day people back for your deliverability? And then not even just that, to your point though, of like being in your inbox, right?
Yeah.
But thinking about Black Friday, like so many people are just like, okay, well, send. But I'm like, but where are you segmenting? What messaging and positioning are you doing in each of those messages?
Totally.
To even make sense.
And also, I think one like really cool thing about Ham that I'm really excited about is we have a segmenting feature within Klaviyo. So actually being able to test and see which subject lines are actually converting to like a subscription. What is that subscription take rate off those subject lines? Like when analyzing Black Friday, like come January, what really worked? What didn't work? What can we apply next year to be better? And really using Klaviyo and that segmenting feature within Klaviyo and applying it back to your subscriptions can just be like such an unlock.
Yeah. Well, this actually goes to my next question for you, and it's very specific to subscriptions, but like it's kind of a two-parter because I think what's so interesting is like we look at subscriptions. Okay, so like we look at subscriptions and like there's so many tools out there that are feature rich.
Yeah.
But no, people normally just scratch the surface of it, right? With like just a skip or a pause button, right? So what I'm curious from your like an operational data perspective, and like if we're looking at like a skip and pause, like how are you applying like that type of data to like retention?
So like skip and pause, I mean like the data like shows, I mean if somebody skips, they have a higher likelihood of canceling. If somebody pauses, that's really just like a soft cancel. Like I would much rather have somebody just cancel and not pause because then you can put them through like a proper win back series versus having someone just sort of sit there in limbo and be like, are you in? Are you not? Like, where are you? It's sort of like when you're in a relationship in that gray area of like, all right, so real talk, like what are we? So I think pause is like quite difficult, but I think a few things that have me really excited right now when it comes specifically to pause and cancel. I think there's a really interesting loyalty play.
Yeah.
is it points? Is it being like, hey, like come back, apply, you're going to lose your points that you already earned, come back and apply those and like get back into like our program, whether it's a subscriber, whether you're just buying shampoo and conditioner,
Yeah.
whatever you're buying. Like, I think that's really interesting. And I think also one that's really interesting is like after that first like billing reminder that goes out, it's a really, really bad sign if you see someone then go into the portal and skip or reschedule or pause, et cetera. But like specifically, let's just say skip to keep it easy. So it's like, what can I do the next time they get sent that? Let's call it 28 days later. Do you send them a gift instead? Do you start testing that logic of like, hey, your free gift is on its way soon?
Mhm.
Is that when you start psychologically playing around with like the language you're using? Maybe it's the gift. Maybe it's like, hey, like points are headed your way soon if like you're heavy on loyalty, something.
Mhm.
So that way, like the language is just a bit different and someone's more inclined to stay for one more renewal and hopefully many more to come.
Yeah. That's an interesting play.
Yeah.
I also think that it's an interesting play, but what would you suggest, like, if somebody didn't have loyalty? Like, because,
Yeah. Good question.
I think loyalty is an easy play
Yeah.
because then you can give somebody points.
Yeah.
But I also like don't want to be so discount heavy either.
Totally.
Totally.
That's why I think like also like the free gift, because what you can, or like, like Wellbel, we could do a beautiful hairbrush that's not a massive like cost for us, or like a colostrum brand could do the shaker, or you could even go so far. So Peak Matcha is my favorite matcha.
Mhm.
They're doing right now, like, I think it's like if you refer someone, you get free samples of their other products. So maybe it's like you sample like future products that you have, other products in the catalog that they're not trying. So it's like, hey, a free gift is on your way and you're actually seeding them to more products in your catalog.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the real ticket,
Yeah.
right? It's like maybe it is a gift with purchase, or it's just seeding them all together, or if you are going to discount, like, because there are some brands that don't have a lot of SKUs, but it's like be really kind of
To be
safe,
so careful.
so careful, and you have to safeguard your discounts. Like,
Totally.
it frustrates me. Another client example, but like it frustrates me that I'm like, I actually had a call today and I was like, okay, like I want to figure out like our cancel flow, and like I've done like a bunch of research and a bunch of different like things, and I was like, I don't want to. One of the biggest things that was coming up in the customer data was that they want to sample the product, but the only thing that this brand wanted to do was discount to get them to sample. But it's like, why don't you invest the time into creating a sample
But I
pack?
think discounts are tricky because
Yeah.
like I know I'm the shopper, like Black Friday is right around the corner. Am I shopping right now?
No,
Heck
absolutely not.
no, I'm waiting. There's a pair of jeans that I cannot wait to purchase, but there's no way I'm going to buy them until Black Friday when they discount them. And I think the consumers are smart, and like we've all been trained by all these different brands. And if you give a mouse a cookie, they're going to keep coming back for more.
Yeah.
You have to be so careful with the discounts.
Yeah. No,
And also like the brand integrity behind that.
that's like a whole subject, dude. Because it's like you do not have a retention strategy if you're just discounting. I'm sorry.
Agree.
Or an acquisition strategy.
Yeah.
Honestly, because you're exactly right. The brand integrity.
It's like that PMF. Like you almost just don't even have PMF if you're having to discount so heavily.
Absolutely. So, we've talked a lot about like customer analytics, and we've talked a lot about like the analytics that we need for that. So you require constant customer analytics to manage a high value subscription model. And this is where we're going to bring up Ham.
Ham.
I'm curious, is like, what is Ham solving for customer analytics?
Yeah, so I think just to like give a little bit of background, and like the story is going to tie back. So as an operator at Wellbel, I think pretty much all operators out there right now, you're sitting there and you're exporting from Shopify, you're exporting from Skia, you're exporting from Stay or Recharge, you're doing all of these exports. You're then stitching it together manually in an Excel sheet, and you're making pivot tables. And it's so hard to actually understand what's happening. So I looked out on the market. I tried a ton of tools. None of them were built for subscriptions.
Right.
They did a really, really great job for e-commerce brands. but not for subscriptions. The data set is just really, really complicated. And you really sort of have to be all in on that data set to really be able to like slice and dice that data and like be able also for it to be accurate. So Ham, the frustration like ultimately led to Ham. And so it's an analytics tool. It is unapologetically for subscriptions. If you're selling t-shirts, we're not for you. Like it is for subscriptions. And it's like for that operator who actually wants to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Like what billing cycles are driving churn? What billing cycles are driving like their retention? But also like, can you like go and A/B test your billing cycles next to each other and see what's actually driving their retention, what's the take rate, what's like the revenue per person, et cetera. So it really just allows operators to slice and dice, A/B test, and see what's actually working within their program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that because a lot of what I'm doing every single day, like with my retention clients, is I'm lucky that for the agency, my chief financial officer, operations, and now data,
Yeah.
she has
lots of hats.
Yeah, lots of hats. She's a bad bitch. She comes from a background though of like IT and like data and analytics and like understanding like customer lifetime value.
Yeah.
So like in e-commerce we call it lifetime value, but in
Yeah.
other industries it's CLV. But the point is though is like, so I'm very lucky because she is such a data and strategy driven person that like she goes and creates these like crazy robust like forecast models, right?
Yeah.
But it takes us
So much time.
so much
Yeah.
time. But the reason we're out there creating them is because what we're looking at is subscription models, what we're looking at is customer insights. And then we have to like slice and dice it
Exactly.
in so many different ways.
Yeah. No,
So
it's hard. It's hard. And then also being able to, like, for instance, like when it comes to like a billing reminder, like this is just like such a hot button for me right now. Clearly, I've said it, I think 4 times on the podcast.
yeah, but I love that. That's
But
actually a really
it's
great tactical advice.
It's like being able to like have the 2 billing reminders go out and then see them side by side and actually being able to visually see on day 28, how is churn decreasing? Just how is it decreasing? Is it decreasing or is it increasing? And then being able to make an adjustment and then see the result instead of looking at like a cohort waterfall chart. And it's like, all right, let me wait 60 to 90 days to see what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Like that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Not in like the stakes are just too high and the landscape is too competitive for that right now.
No, it's too. I mean, I think you're exactly right. Like the stakes are too high. And so like beyond the simple churn or overall LTV, what do you think is the most critical advanced metric you use? So,
Ooh.
I mean, even when I like was researching this question to ask you, it's like some people use like net revenue retention. And like, I don't even think a lot of people like think about those. They do think about it in like retention dashboards, but like some people are looking at LTV to CAC. Like, what do you find the most useful?
Using my operator hat or more thinking like
Both.
retention? And okay. So operator hat, I spend obviously a lot of time in like a manual like inventory forecast.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time looking at like the rolling unit shipped. I spend a lot of time looking at like skip and churn and things like that. Making sure that like our inventory levels are healthy and can like handle a lift in orders and like growth, but also making sure we're being mindful that we're not over ordering. So I spend a lot of time there as an operator. When it comes to like retention, I would say I spend a lot of time looking at like the billing cycle LTV, a lot of time looking at things like by billing cycle and by that cohort, whether it's, like what does like churn by order look like for a monthly versus a quarterly? Like, are we seeing that shift? Like, when are we seeing those big drop off points and how can we encourage more people to get to that next order?
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time looking there.
Yeah. God, I love the data.
Me too.
Oh,
It
I
makes me
love it.
so happy.
Yeah, it makes me happy too because, and this is so much of how I operate. It's like I operate off of data and not just gut feeling.
Yeah.
And like, I think a lot of marketers are like gut feeling, like we're going to see, right?
Yeah.
And I do think there's a balance between fucking around and finding out
Yeah.
versus like you have data points.
But up until like for the longest time though, because data can be so hard to reach for subscription brands. it feels like you're actually just throwing spaghetti against a wall and hoping something sticks.
Yeah.
Versus like being like, this is a company doing X millions of dollars, maybe a month, right? So it's like, we should be able to understand what's going on with this cohort of people and how they're responding, how they're behaving, when are they churning, all of those things.
Mhm.
Like we should be able to do that.
Yeah.
And
But it's so hard. It's slicing and dicing
now,
so many
well,
things.
introducing ham. I guess, are you ready to go ham?
I know. Well, I'm interested, like, how does ham work, right? So it's like, I get it, like, you're pulling in all these other sources, but like, how does it work? Like, is it an AI model? Like, am I like chatting with it? Like,
Yeah, so you're not chatting with it. We
Okay.
definitely, we utilize AI, I think, right? So to answer how it works, so we integrate with Recharge, we integrate with Stay, and we integrate with Skio. So we pull in the data from said subscription provider. We pull in the data from Shopify, and we now have a Klaviyo integration. We're working on Meta and Google, but we basically find parity between the two to give you that single source of truth for your subscriptions.
yeah.
But from there, we do use AI in the background, and we are training models. We have not made that like front facing, because right now, like AI models really hallucinate. And I
Mhm.
think it's so critical for when brands come on and when brands start using specifically AI, that they have that really positive experience and that they can trust what's in front of them.
Mhm.
And so we're really slow rolling that side of things. But what you can expect, like when you log into the platform, go make your custom dashboards. Like, what's important to you? What do you want to understand in 5 minutes? Go make that dashboard, share it with your team, keep it private, share it with your investors, that sort of thing. We really allow you to slice and dice the charts and the data externally with like your team and what dashboards need to be made for who. And then also like, it's like you're saying, like making those custom cohorts and then being able to compare them, making custom segments and being able to compare them, whether it's churn, retention rate to rebuild, days until churn, retention by product, all of those things, and being able to slice and dice it and make it your own.
Yeah. Man, I'm really excited to go ham and play with ham.
Same. Same.
Well, going back to subscription management systems and just your operational background. So like when integrating any sort of subscription management with warehouse management systems, is there any like specific data integration points cause that the most unexpected friction? So what I mean by that specifically is like what I see actually, not to be a client example, but here's a client fucking example.
Yeah.
So what I see a lot with the subscription platform and the warehouse, like the OMS, is what's happening is like a subscription will go through around 3 a.m. and for some reason the inventory changes in the OMS or in Shopify. No, I'm sorry, it changes in Shopify, and then by the time it comes to the OMS, it's like missing inventory. And so then it's creating this crazy system where it's like,
I haven't experienced that.
yeah, but like how, I guess like I'm answering my own question. It's like making sure your inventory is actually correct and
you
counted
have
correctly.
to balance your inventory. I just did that exercise 2 weeks ago, like leading up to Black Friday. Like you have to check like checks and balances. You need to make sure when that inventory gets delivered that amount of quantity gets checked in. Like you have to make sure there's not a pallet sitting in like a corner of a warehouse where it shouldn't be.
Yeah. But how do you it's so interesting because it's like, how do you get marketing teams to think like supply chain operators?
I think you just have to work so closely with them. And I sometimes feel like I'm the fun police where I'm like, we got to think about this. Like, we can't just like turn that on. Like we need, like, for instance, like doing, like, we need to start like kitting things. So like operationally, when they start shipping, we can like get them out the door. We don't have delays on SLA. Like we're not paying extra pick fees, all of those things. And like understanding use cases of what said kit will be used for. Like, I think a lot of like operations, I think, is actually sort of being the fun police, which is too bad because I like to think I'm a fun person, but I think sometimes,
I mean, you are a fun person,
but somebody has to, be the fun police.
Yeah, somebody has to like tell them more like it is, right?
But yeah, I think it's just like open lines of communication and just repeating yourself, I think. And like, I'm so fortunate because they really do consider it. Like, I'm so fortunate for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think it also comes down to like being with the right 3PLs too. So from your standpoint, when selecting and managing a fulfillment partner, what are your non-negotiable KPIs that you're focusing on and like you want your 3PL to focus on?
So SLA times, accuracy. So are you actually picking what I am telling you to pick based on this order? Because we'll do like some rules, like on every first order, add this in the box, but not on recurring orders. So like, are they able to handle those specific rules that we're setting up? And then also my biggest, for any one of our partners, the actual partnership itself, like your communication time, like you don't just think like a warehouse, you think like an operator. Like you can be my partner in crime when it comes to this, and we can work together whenever there's an issue and solve that complex problem together. Not just a partner that's like, oh, well, you're shit out of luck, I don't know what to tell you, but somebody that's like, this is an issue, like let's get this solved.
Yeah.
I think that's like customer support, like CX is one of my biggest bits. We're all walk away from a partner that may be superior on paper and go with the one that's a little bit less superior, just based off of the person that I know that I'm going to be working with. And I know they'll be the better partner. And 9 times out of 10, it works out incredibly.
I mean, I agree with you. I think it's like sometimes brands will be like, oh, I just want the cheaper one. But it's like, then it's a shitty experience.
Mistake.
Totally.
Yeah, that's an expensive mistake sometimes. And I think also it's like, the shit happens, right? Like the wrong product gets picked, an SLA is delayed. Like all of that stuff happens. Like something's wrong with the tech, like whatever it may be, like that shit happens all the way around. It happens internally with us sometimes, but it's like, how do you as my partner show up and help me fix this mistake and fix it? Like, do you take accountability?
Yeah.
Do you say
the fucking accountability
is the biggest thing?
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, this is your fault, you did X, Y, and Z, or like, oh, not our problem. But it's like, come on, take some accountability and let's figure it out together and move on.
Yeah.
Like we're human, we make mistakes.
I mean, any partner is like, cannot find, I don't know. Especially in 3PLs where I found it, where it's like they cannot take fucking accountability.
I will say ShipBob has been an incredible partner to us. And like, shout out to Allison. She is incredible. Like she's our POC and she's unreal.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
I'm obsessed with her.
I've heard good things about them, Shapiro, but also what is it with all 3PLs? Like ship this.
I know. It's really hard.
Ship hippo.
Exactly. No, it's really hard.
You know?
It's really hard. Maybe like a new word would be great.
I know, right?
A new word.
I know. Well, on fulfillment.
Yeah.
And from your retention and operations standpoint, so your background, you have an eye for detail. So when you're auditing that unboxing experience, you were just talking about new boxes coming in. So when you're auditing that unboxing experience, what is the one non-obvious element of packaging, communication, or fulfillment that you found surprisingly critical to maintaining that premium perception?
Making it easy on your 3PL. So for instance, like the boxes that we have coming, we have 2 options. Either it's a single jar option or it's a box that can fit the shampoo and conditioner. It can fit different variants of like our most common products ordered. So it's the same box running down the line each time versus having to have someone go over and be like, oh, I need to get this box for this order, but then I need to get this insert in this box for this order.
Yeah.
Trying to keep things tight for them. Because again, it's like we're all people and we're all trying to do a million things, especially going into peak. It's keep things simple.
Yeah.
We are not like putting a rocket in the sky.
Yeah.
It just needs to be simple. And I think it's really easy to get excited and to overcomplicate things when in hindsight, like, it's okay to keep things simple and to keep things streamlined.
Keep it fucking simple.
Keep it simple.
Literally, keep it fucking simple.
I think that, and I know that's not like groundbreaking by any means, but I think it's easier said than done because we all get excited. And we, and it's like everyone gets so passionate about it because it is that unboxing of somebody like having that first reaction to your product for the first time, you want it to be meaningful. And so it's very easy to get carried away.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes simple, like less is more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Less is more, but also like a branded box goes a long way.
Totally. And I'm so excited for ours. It'll be new for us. It'll be very, very exciting. We're doing branded boxes and branded bubble mailers, and it's going to
Cool.
be really beautiful.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See that extra detail
Yeah.
can move the fucking needle.
Totally. Well, it's like you're buying a luxury product. It should feel you're a premium product. It should feel like it's a premium product.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like
that
should feel that way.
That's real good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, switching gears completely, I want to talk about, because you do a lot of like advising work too, and like angel investment, and obviously like you're walking down your founder path now. So since you consult and provide capital to early stage e-commerce brands, what's the single most important operational metric that a founder must master and present to you to prove that their scalability and defensibility?
Okay. So I typically invest in very early stage companies.
Same.
Very early stage. So they don't really have clean metrics, or sometimes they don't even have metrics to show you. So I think it's important. So you're investing in the person, you're investing in the team, you're investing in their idea. So I think it's really important from like, it's not really like an operational metric, but it's how are you going to deploy the capital that is being given to you?
Yeah.
What is your plan? And then B, how do you plan to execute and reach the goals that you're selling me on this pitch deck?
Mm-hmm.
And is that actually achievable? So I think like it's great to be like, we're going to go and we're going to launch and we're going to hit $10 million out of the gate and like have these massive goals. But I also think it's important to be realistic. Like there was a company recently, they launched, they underperformed their launch goal. Totally normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's totally normal because you just don't know yet. But at that point, like I'm not like, all right, like I'm out. Like this was a bad call. It's like, let's talk about like, what are you going to do next?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about like each step along this founder's path. Like, are they thinking about the right things? Are they asking the right questions? And do they have the team behind them to support them?
Mm-hmm.
Is really what I look at. It's investing in the people.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. It absolutely is investing in the people. And I think it's not just the dream of it, right? It's like, do you have the grit and hustle to get it done?
Grit.
It's like grit.
Do you have the grit?
Yeah. And there's a lot of founders out there that like just think they're going to get rich over fucking night and they don't have to do the work.
I mean, the days of like drop shipping on Amazon where people were making so much money years ago, like that is coming on. It is such a competitive market now. Like that is not reality.
I know. People don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious, like obviously you have ham, and I can't wait to use it myself, but what other technologies are you like super excited about in the operations space? Like
I've been playing around with like AI tools. Obviously, like the world now is just AI. And I haven't found any tools that have like taken my breath away. I like haven't had that moment yet with any of like these AI tools coming to market. So I'm actually curious to put this one back on you when it comes to AI and things.
All right.
Like, tell me your tools.
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Please.
It's nothing to do with fucking e-commerce. It's really to do with
productivity.
2 tools I really love. Okay. Fixer, F-Y-X-E-R. Dude, I did too, and I like took them, but like, dude, because in my world, I run multiple companies, right? And I'm constantly, so yes, I have the agency where it's like, I have communication there. I also have Midcoast and She Innovates, and I got like,
you have so much going on. Yeah.
Podcasts like this, that, but so like all of this comes into my inbox, right? And what I love about Fixer is it builds drafts for me. And I mean, it took a while for it to get to a 90%.
And like your tone of voice.
My tone of voice. Dude, the other day, this is so crazy. There was I had a girlfriend who is a writer for Forbes, and she was just like asking a random question to me about like hosting events, right?
Yeah.
And so Fixer made the drafts for me for each of the conversations. Like one of them was like super detailed about like what I do for like events and like raising money, this, that, and the other thing. Super detailed. barely had to change anything. Okay.
Oh.
She responds back to me and she goes, oh my God, thank you so much. Like, let me buy you a coffee. And I was like, no, you're good. Like in my brain, I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you're good. Fixer responds back to it and says, Illy, ILY. Cause I say that to my friends. Like, I'm always like, oh, Illy, like, don't worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
love you. Literally fucking wrote Illy.
No way.
Swear to God. And like,
So how does it learn that though?
because it learns it through my tone of voice of like me editing it.
Interesting.
Plus like how I'm writing. Like if
Yeah.
I'm changing something and
Okay.
I go and rewrite it, it'll like, it's a model that learns it.
I love that.
Dude, has really sped up my life. Like in
Yeah.
emails. Second tool. Ready?
Yeah.
Reclaim.ai.
What is that?
They were bought by Dropbox, but it's for time blocking. So I actually
need
use that as my scheduling link, but also like, cause I work fractionally for clients,
Yeah.
right? And so for me, it's like, if I'm contracted to do 10 hours a week, like I want to like make sure that like, one, I'm tracking my time,
Yeah.
but two, I'm like also putting time within my schedule.
Yeah.
So I can create habits and tasks. So like your to-do list, like, let's just say like I have my to-do list or whatever. And I'm saying like, okay, I need like, for instance, me writing your things,
Yeah.
your questions,
Yeah.
right? I was like, I just need to find 30 minutes of my day to sit down and do it.
Yeah.
Broke up the task between all of my meetings for me to sit down and do this on my own and put it on my calendar. My fractional stuff that I
need
do,
that.
like, so let's just say I'm working 10 hours a week, 2 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
And I say, oh, okay, like for one of my clients, I'm like, I want to like make sure that this is a habit, but I have like maybe sometimes I have to schedule things around or whatever.
Yeah.
It always adjusts my habit. So I'm always meet my goals.
Interesting.
So it's not like super AI, but it's kind of like calendar
But,
AI.
like, that is to me is such a useful tool.
Mhm.
Like I look at my calendar some days and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Like
My whole life.
Like when do I have time to eat?
Dude, it also schedules in breaks, complete decompression time.
Like that would be so useful for me because I just like I've played around with tools and
Yeah.
I just haven't found.
This is my Cal right here.
Wow.
So these are our, I'll bring this up on screen for
Yeah.
anybody. These are our podcast recordings and it puts travel time in it. And
so
then,
that is the tool is orange.
it color codes it on my
Oh
calendar.
my gosh, I love it. I love a
Yeah.
color code.
Dude,
oh my god.
I love this tool. I love
okay,
this.
I'm
Those are
gonna
my two
try
tools.
it. I'm gonna try both.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
Seriously. I'll send you a code.
Please.
A referral.
Send me that
I'm not-
referral link.
Yeah, I'm not sponsored by any of these tools by any means, but like founder hack.
Yeah,
I think-
100%.
Oh, and if you're managing multiple calendars, it also can sync all of your multiple calendars.
I need that too.
I bet.
Like I need
Absolutely.
that also. And another, have you tried Gamma for presentation?
No, but I've heard good things about it.
That one's really good too.
I guess like I'm such a slut for branding though that I
I
like
don't have that creative bit to me like you do. I need
Oh.
all the help I can get.
Girl, I am literally, if you like my poor employees, because they'll like be doing like a report for something, like they used AI for it
Yeah.
to like, you know, make an insights report. I'm like, needs to be in mullish type. Okay. The font has to be mullish. Please put a logo on it. Oh, you're building an analytics report in Canva. Please use the brand deck.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Dude, I'm like
I
so
love-
psychotic about
I
it.
love it though. But that's how it should. If it goes externally, it should be, that's part of the touch. That's part of you. That's part of the experience. It's that branded box.
Yeah, it's exactly. And the last, I know we talked a lot about retention and operational, right? But like when we talk about all these touch points of you as a brand
Yeah.
doing these things, think about it. Think about anything that you do, your consistent voice, your consistent relationship building.
Yeah.
That is a part of brand marketing. Like, and so like the way I'm so obsessed with like my colors or my fonts.
Well, if you came to my brand and you weren't, that would be a bit of a red flag.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, what is this cheap drop ship?
Right.
stuff?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So retention marketing is brand marketing also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think what's interesting and what I've learned is like this brand marketing and like this CX and all of it, it applies on both sides. It applies on the brand side, but it also applies on the tech side. Like
Yeah.
those bits are, very important. Like right now it's, it's like every touch point is so important, no matter if it's technology, no matter if you're opening a box and you have a shirt in it or a supplement or a shampoo or mushroom coffee in it. Like it's
Yeah.
all so important.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all, well,
Impressions matter.
impressions matter. And like at the same time, there's so many products out there. It's competitive.
Very.
I mean, mushroom coffee, like there's 50,000 of those too.
Oh, there's so many.
You know?
There's so many.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you. So
Okay.
you've co-founded HAM.
Mm-hmm.
You're the director of operations at Wellbel.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to give one clear, actionable piece of advice to another director of ops trying to cut churn in a competitive subscription market today, what would it be?
Go test your billing reminders
Mm-hmm.
and call me because you can use HAM to segment them and see the results. But like, go test those billing reminders.
I'm actually literally going to go do that now.
Yeah. Go test them. I think there's a lot of cool things that can happen there and understand your billing cycles.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, Hattie, we're actually at the end of the road.
Sad.
I know.
Sad.
It went by so
Fun
quick.
roll. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Fun road.
I know. Well, tell the audience where they can find you.
So on LinkedIn, Hattie Gilpin, and then reach out. I love to chat.
HAM,
HAM,
Wellbel, Ops, Angel Investor,
Angel Investing stuff.
Oh,
Matcha.
Matcha.
Yeah.
Also community leader for Empower Her.
Yes. I'm having a dinner on November 18th. I don't know if this will air beforehand, but if it doesn't, I wish you were there. And if so, I hope you join us.
But follow along for New York event, women's events.
Yes. Nicole's done an amazing job with Empower. Oh my gosh. So yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Above the Fold, and I'll catch you next week.
Dang, we've made it to the end of the podcast and you're still here. So thank you so much for listening to Above the Fold podcast. For the best of this episode and every episode, be sure to follow us on Instagram and my YouTube channel. And for deeper dives on the secrets to brand success, don't forget to subscribe to my weekly newsletter, Sunday Postcards. All right, my dudes and gals, see you next week.